Do you know those people always ready to give you the advice to just switch diet if you don't lose weight on this whole food, high carb, low fat, plant-based vegan diet? Oh, let's talk about that because I have a strong opinion and a strong advice what you should do, how you should deal with those comments. I am Janina Vlad, the founder of leanoncarbs.com, and on this channel I speak about this way of eating to nurturing our body, to follow hunger and satiety as natural, healthy cues that help us to regulate intake and nothing else, no going in deficit. So pursuing nutrition, pursuing, like I said, honoring our hunger and satiety and getting healthy as a result of putting the right food, the right nutrition in our body, because every species out there has a different diet. You don't have to eat everything that there is because we are omnivores. We actually are not omnivores. And if you want to be lean without hunger, to be more vital, vibrant, a healthier version of yourself, and of course to decrease your risk for all chronic disease, so prevention, because prevention is key. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and now let's start the video. I love to read comments, not only on my videos. Every time when I enjoy a video as a consumer, as a viewer on YouTube, I love to read the comments as well, because sometimes you find gold over there. The experience people share is amazing, and I got so much inspiration in my past years as a YouTube viewer, YouTube subscriber. So I understand that you do the same thing and you search for more inspiration and ideas that you might miss right now. In your case, in this case of not losing weight on this whole food, high carb, plant-based vegan diet, understand your need to receive more information and more inspiration and different insights from different people, and having support of the community. I know it's important for you. So in the comments you find companionship and maybe, like I said, inspiration. But as you can see, you get so many different opinions and different advice that are opposite, that you get confused. And confused people many times go for their default. And what is a default in our society? Yes, high fat, high protein, animal protein, low carb, bananas make you fat, small portions, only calorie in, calorie out is the way to lose weight. Everybody knows. Deficit is the only way. So that's sad, because you gain so many benefits. You improved so many things in your body, in your health, and in your life. And if you are honest with yourself, and if you are journaling, keep a journal about all these benefits, all these gains. And yes, do your blood test. Please write down in the comments what keep you. Why don't you do that every 3 months? Don't be cheap. Come on, invest in your health. Because you will have a lot of conflicting advice to go keto, to go carnivore, to go low carb other than keto and carnivore, to do this and that, to switch diets. And you will do it because you don't have your focus in the right direction of the things that you improved in your body. When you don't have your focus right, your attention goes nowhere, to everybody, and at the end, like I said, you go back to the default settings of your taste buds, of your habits. Just this mindset of skipping diets will reset all your results. It's like instead of finishing the marathon, you reset it. You start it all over every time. So I know going against the stream is the hardest thing to do in our society. It is, because we want the appreciation and the validation of our folks, of our community, of our friends, family, and the comment section, we want the acceptance. And we fear that this unwalked path won't give the results. We don't have faith in the process. Despite having all this proof that this lifestyle works, despite of having the health improvements and health markers improved, despite being pain-free and having all these lifestyle benefits. And it's a long list. I will list it over here and write in the comments how many of these things you experienced after months on eating to reach satiety, to honor your hunger, so no going deficit, these whole high-carb, low-fat, plant-based foods. So for me, was enough proof to keep me going. That's why I'm successful, because I stayed consistent over a long time of not seeing weight loss with the same diet. I didn't skip. Yes, like I said in previous videos, I tried to eat less, to moderate the intake, to have smaller portions, because I listened to the voices around me. You eat too much. That's why you are so fat. That's why you are gaining. Years after starting to eat in this way, I was still gaining. So you complain that you don't lose weight after a few months, after a year on this lifestyle. Not only that, I didn't lose weight for years, but I gained a lot of weight on eating this way because my past dieting put me in so much debt. My metabolism was trained to burn less calories for every function in my body for every minute of activity. Instead of burning, for example, 4 calories per 1 minute of walking, just on average, they found out, studying people on diet, they found out that only after a few short of time of eating less, and not much less, just around 20% deficit from the normal intake, they found those subjects burn less calories for the same activity. So instead of 4 calories per every minute of walking, they burned 3 or less than 3. So the metabolic rate went down with 40% after one diet. And I had 12 years of diets under my belt. And be honest, how many decades of cutting down calories and poor nutrition and high-carb processed food you have under your belt? That takes time to be reversed. It's not that our metabolism is broken. No, it's adapted to a low intake. And to restore the metabolic function takes years. For example, when they did a study and published it in 2016, so in 2016, about the subjects in The Biggest Loser, they found out that even after 6 years, and the majority of the subjects were even more overweight than before starting the show. So after 6 years, they still had a low metabolism, a slow metabolism. They didn't restore their metabolic functions. So it takes years. Yes, those subjects didn't have our advantage over here. They didn't eat this highly nutritious diet. They didn't have fibers and water to regulate intake, because these foods that I'm preaching over here are the lowest in calorie density. That means we can indulge in big portions that will keep us full for hours. So we won't graze all the time. We won't want more foods between meals. We won't snack. So we won't add more calories with those snacks. We won't, because these big volumes keep us full for longer. So our satiety is maintained, is prolonged. They didn't have that. They didn't have the anti-inflammatory properties and the antioxidants that are in plants, the phytochemicals. They didn't have our advantage. So that's why for them, 6 years after that, they still burn less calorie for the same activity, comparing to before going for that diet in the show. So yes, it's normal to gain weight after dieting. You will gain weight no matter what you eat when you start to eat more according to your hunger, according to your appetite. Yes, you will gain weight. You don't gain weight because you eat bananas. No, you weight gain because these bananas you eat right now are in enough supply. You don't restrict the intake, you don't restrict the portions anymore. If you eat bacon to satiety, to satisfy your hunger and your appetite, if you eat the purest meat out there, you will gain weight after dieting because you have more calories in your plate, in your stomach, than on that diet. And in the diet, you slow down your metabolism. So after the diet, and you destroy the levels of your hormones, the hormones of satiety, you increase the hormones of hunger. So after diet, you will be hungry all the time, and your satiety is never to be satisfied. So you will eat more and more often. And it doesn't matter what you eat after a diet, you will gain weight. But if you eat this low in fat, low in saturated fat, no trans fat, zero cholesterol diet, high in fiber, high in water, high in the best nutrition for our species, carbohydrates are our optimal source of fuel, not fats. You won't gain that much weight because you have this fiber and water, which is 0 calories, which gives you satiety. That means you keep you full, like I said. And after dieting, satiety, it takes longer to be reached. But when you have fiber and water, that is not the case. You will be full because you have the fruits and the vegetables, the whole grains and the legumes and the potatoes and sweet potatoes. So you won't have an overload of calories. You eat 6-7 pounds of food. I eat sometimes 9-10 pounds. Wow, right now in this small frame, I sometimes eat 9 pounds of food. And you won't have over 3,000 calories like before. You will have 25, 26. If you are more sedentary, 22. But I don't encourage you to stay, to sit. Move your body more, and walking is the ideal way of moving your body, especially after chronic fatigue, after intense exercise and dieting. So don't listen to those people to skip diet. They are clueless. Hopping from diet to diet doesn't do you any good. Look, in 2014, when I decided to go against the stream, to break out the diet culture, to nurture my body, to honor the hunger and satiety, it took me years to gain a lot of weight, to stabilize, and to start losing weight. Imagine you starting 11 years ago with me, this journey. You know, time flies by. You are now 11 years later and still bouncing back, still yo-yoing, still searching for answers. And I break free from that destiny, that frustrating, depressing life. But you're still there. And 11 years just flew, and the same will happen with the next 11 years, and you will be in the same position because you don't have the guts to stay consistent on it. You take advice from all these voices, untrained, uneducated voices, as clueless and as confused as you, and you believe them and skip to diets or stay on this diet but with the anxiety high that you don't lose weight. Yeah, my God. Yeah, I'm healthier, but I don't lose weight. Oh, I hope I will lose weight. You are desperate. This is not a good mindset to have. The mindset, like I said in previous videos, you must have is this: I don't give a fuck that I won't lose weight, because looks are not that important. Looks are not the only way to measure health and success on a lifestyle. And in 2014, when I went all in, people around me advised me against carbs, against eating to reach satiety, against having those portions of baked potatoes with those big salads. They continue pursuing the deficit and hopping from diet to diet. And now they are more overweight. There are people in my family, and that's sad. There are people in my circle, my friends, yeah, they're still there. And when I talk to them, I try to bring the light, and I try to enlighten them to see the patterns, that they are repeating the same things, hoping for different results, just because this diet has different name. And I'm sorry to say, but they are hopeless. And my question to you is, are you as hopeless as them? For example, a girl, a woman in my family, my extended family, more so my same age, actually 1 year older. Last year, when we went to visit family, I met her, and she was rounder and heavier than when I met her, I don't know, gosh, 10 years, 15 years ago. So gaining weight over time, like happens in this society with this food, is not rocket science. When you eat these high calorie density foods, you end up being obese at the end of your life. And she was searching for the best diet because she wanted now to lose the pounds for the summer, to go to Greece, to go in the holiday, and to have the body. And I said to her, look, after all those years, and you are in the same mindset of cutting down portions, carbs, calories, and moving more, because every time she wanted to have the body, yeah, she went to the gym, started to exercise daily, was Zumba back then, Zumba and some intense aerobic, and running in the park. Yeah, she said, but this time is different because I eat more fats. I don't eat carbs at all. She went carnivore, of course. She went for high fat, high protein, and moving more. And yes, she lost some pounds, but she gained them back because she had a lot of cravings for sweets, and her excuse, and I know this with a lot of people, was, yeah, but I have a sweet tooth. I have a sweet tooth. I have a sweet tooth. I have a sweet tooth, and in my office where I work, there are a lot of birthday parties and a lot of cake, and I cannot sacrifice the taste for so long. Yes, at the beginning, the few weeks were okay, but after that, I couldn't. And this is the problem. If you ask all these keto proponents or all these high-fat proponents, they won't tell you the full story. They don't want to tell you the full story. But if they are honest with themselves and with you, they will tell you how bad they crave potatoes and bread and sweets and sugar. Come on, that is stupid. Eating all these processed foods, all these refined carbs and refined fats, eating all that crap that is very high in calories per unit, so has a very high calorie density, no fiber, small amount of nutrition, and dry all the time, like pizza and bread, very dry, small percentage of hydration, of water. Instead of eating fruits and potatoes and sweet potatoes, look at this chart. Look at the chart of the calorie density in foods. Fruits and potatoes, these foods that are deemed in our society like evil because they have carbs, they have sugars, and all sugars are equal. Look, they have the lowest calorie density. That means you can eat a pound, you can eat 2 pounds of this food and not having a lot of calories. But with cookies, you eat 200 grams of cookies and you have the same amount of calorie like in 2 pounds of bananas. And people eat a lot of donuts, not only half a donut, not only one donut. They eat 2 or 3 or 4. They end up having over 1,000 calories. And this happened to these high-fat, low-carb, going in deficit proponents. So don't just skip to the next fad diet. Are you going to be that loser for the next 11 years? To meet me here in 20 36, oh my God. Yes, 2036. And you being in the same weight cycling, but upper and rounder and heavier than now, because you didn't have the faith and the trust, not in me, but in the improvements you see in your health and your all the performance and energy gains, because you didn't have the faith in it, in those, not having the lean physique yet, not having the weight loss results, nothing else mattered to you. So yes, you skip to the next diet. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. And the girl that I mentioned before in my family, this woman that went to that diet, and when I said to her, look, what you do, you damage your metabolism, you slow down your already slowed down metabolism even more. So the next diet for you, because you will have the same mindset 1 year from now, the next diet, you will struggle even more to lose some pounds with the same level of deficit. So you will have to cut down even more to have some results. And they won't last like this time, because craving will come and you will binge. Only less than 5% of the people that follow a crash diet will keep their results, because they imply a lot of willpower, iron, discipline, and pills, appetite suppressants, and coffee, maybe even smoking cigarettes to cut down hunger. And do you know what she said? Yeah, but I'm willing to take it. I will be lean. I will be slimmer than now. Not lean, because she didn't lose that many pounds to become lean. But she said, I will be slimmer than now for 2 months. And that's good enough for me. It doesn't matter that I will bounce back, because I know that I will lose again. But now she's only 42. Will be harder at 45 and even harder at 50 to have decent results like now, like 10 pounds, 15 pounds from the same strategy. And that was my hopefully inspiring video for you today. I hope it's helpful enough. Let me know in the comments if you found valuable information over here, and if so, share it with your friends, give me a like. That will help me a lot to spread the message, to increase my my channel and my revenues, because we are not doing YouTube and spending a lot of hours that we can spend with our kids and our family just for sake of helping people. I help people, yes, but to make a living out of helping people. Let me know if you are helping people in your job, in what you're doing for free. Let me know if in your job, what you do, what you help your boss, you help the business that you are working for, and you help with your lawyer advice or counseling advice, or I don't know, whatever your craft, your field is, if you are helping them for free. So please, if you find this valuable, if you want me to stay on this platform, if you want more videos from me, help me with this to grow my channel, to grow my revenues, buy all art from me. And if you need help, more help, because sometimes you are needy in the comments, you need more help, I can be there for you. You can hire me as your coach if you need this accountability and this support, daily support. Why not? Of course, having a coach, wellness coach, nutrition coach, is a luxury. It's not for everybody. It's for ones that cannot do it for themselves and they have the means. It's not for an homeless, of course. It is for the ones that have an income, a decent income. You don't have to be a high incomer. Just save, because you know your priorities, and you invest in your health, and you invest in start living your life from now, not waiting for the next 11 years to struggle and frustration and self-loathing and never achieving your desire, your dreamed body, and your lasting weight loss results. Now please go to watch this video over here about my blood test to see that the proof is in the numbers. And I'm not diabetic after all those carbs, and I still have cholesterol after years actually a decade, more than a decade of not ingesting cholesterol, of zero dietary cholesterol.